Are we live?
We're live.
Live.
Yes, we did it.
That
We figured out the YouTube machine. Welcome back to the next edition of
Monday.
Night Live.
What's up, guys?
Oh, yeah. Welcome back. Settle in. Have a little keto carnivore snack. And let's do some questions and answers.
This light is way too much on me.
It's really bright, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's fine. Whatever.
You look so glowy.
Glowy?
Yeah, you
I
look
am a
glowy.
glowy person.
Yeah.
Hello, Thailand. Where's everybody watching from?
Yes, Judy, you can do triple B without a gallbladder. Just go a little slower when you start. Where's everybody at? Where are you at in the country, in the world? What city, what state, what country? Where are you right now? Texas, Colorado, Florida, Ohio. Cute top, Neisha. Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks.
New Hampshire, Wisconsin, Virginia, Canada.
North Carolina.
I love it.
raise
British
up,
Columbia.
take your shirt off. Do you know
Hey,
that song?
no, who sings that?
I have no idea.
Let's keep
It's
it
from
that
high
way.
school. Ha ha! It's funny.
Detroit, Michigan. Welcome, guys. Hey, there's our neighbor Lisa in Waverly, Tennessee.
Hey, neighbor.
Hey, neighbor. All
All
right.
right, if you are new, welcome to Monday Night Live, where Dr. Barry and his lovely assistant, me, we take your questions. We answer as many as we can. We can't answer them all, but we try our best. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, we do this every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central,
that's it. Central.
right? And so wherever you're at in the world, just do the time calculation and you can join us every Monday night. Yeah.
Do you have any announcements?
I think that you have an announcement.
Do I?
The holidays are coming up, and some of us have trouble getting through the holiday without eating all the things.
It seems like it's very common for people to fall off the wagon from November to December, and then January they try to get back on, but sometimes it's falling off the wagon and got drugged behind the wagon, ran over by the wagon. Me and my friend Kim Howerton, we have a holiday support group / challenge group / we're just going to have a good time in there. So
Nice.
if you're interested in that, the link is in the description. You get 2 months worth of content, 2 awesome people to hang out with, and a holiday cookbook. 2 holiday cookbooks, actually. So if you're interested in that, link is in the description. If not, just subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be doing lots of holiday things over there as well.
Awesome. Yes, Frank, saw palmetto will probably help your BPH. Frank was worried. I had to help him out. All right, guys, if you've never done this before, try to keep your question as short as you possibly can while still including all relevant information. It's hard to read a paragraph. We're going to try to answer a ton of questions in the next hour.
Oh, what's happening?
Now you've done it.
What is happening?
I don't know. What'd you do?
You broke the iPad.
No, I
Are you
didn't.
sure?
That's the one.
What is happening?
I don't know what you've done.
I don't know what I've done either.
Let's see what's going on here.
There
while
we are.
you
There
figure-
we are.
You got
Okay, Francis. Oh, Francis, thank you so much.
Vegeta 88. It's her first time watching live. Welcome, Vegeta. Anybody else? This is the first time you've caught a live. If so, type new in the comments so we can welcome you. As always, you old-time Ketovore, Carnivore folks, if you see an obvious newbie question, reach out lovingly and respectfully. You're welcome to answer beginner questions. Absolutely.
All right, you need to grab that super chat over there because this is acting.
What's it doing?
I don't
Janice
know.
says, I need help understanding how to access your coaching. Okay. So Neisha does a full bore coaching program. Is that live yet? Can you give links or hints of how to
It
find
is
that?
only open to a select few people right now, but come January 1, well, actually the end of December, right after Christmas, I will be open. She may be talking about your Patreon group.
Maybe, but I just wanted to give you a chance to. That's going to, so January 1, that'll be up and live.
Right after Christmas. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. And so if you'd like to ask me specific questions, you can do that on patreon.com. There's a link down in the show notes. You sign up for $1 a month, $3 a month, $5 a month, and then you can ask me your questions directly. Neisha and I, we do extra live Q&As in there. So there's not 2,000 people watching. There's just 100. And so we can answer every question in detail. But that's how you can get hold of us if you need more in-depth question answering or coaching.
Hey, Holly. I'm pretty sure you said show nuts.
Show nuts.
Just thought that was funny. Mommy. Hey, Mommy Does Keto. Welcome back. Curious to hear your opinion on women increasing electrolytes while menstruating. Is there mineral electrolyte loss during your cycle? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, your blood's full of minerals and electrolytes. And so any blood loss, you're going to be losing some. And this may actually be one of the things that's true about women in keto. They may need extra electrolytes and minerals.
I think probably women in general always need more salt and electrolytes. We're just not as in tune with our bodies when we have all that chaos going on.
You want to start over there now?
I would love to. It keeps kicking me off.
If you touch that one?
That's what kicks me off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Danette, thank you very much. Janice? You already answered that one. All right, so let's find somebody else here.
Hey, Holly, thanks for the super chat.
Tia wants to know, what do you think about prenatals? Aren't they synthetic?
They are, but currently they're the best option that I know of. Does anybody else know of an actual organic, non-GMO, naturally occurring vitamin and mineral prenatal vitamin? If anybody knows it, put it in the comments. But, I mean, currently that's about your best option.
Hector, what are the best heavy metal detox protocols for mercury poisoning, etc., in a strict carnivore diet?
Yeah, so for any diet, Hector, if you've been exposed to a heavy metal, you need to go see your doctor, okay? And you need to have real chelation therapy where they start an IV and they run the chelation therapy solution in your veins. That's how real chelation works. Now, there are tons of people on the internet who will sell you chelation capsules and pills, chelation where you put your feet in some water and there's a battery involved and the water turns brown. All that is baloney. None of that stuff works. None of that stuff helps detox you from any heavy metals whatsoever. If you've had heavy metal exposure, you need to go see your doctor and have real chelation therapy.
Janine, is it healthy to eat diatomaceous earth?
I don't think it's bad for you. I know thousands of people do ingest it on the offhand chance that they may have parasites like worms. The little hard parts of the worm, the diatomaceous earth just grinds it up. Diatomaceous earth also makes a great insecticide around the house. You can put it behind the kitchen cabinets and it's not poison, but it causes the little roach legs to grind and then they lose.
Ants or whatever.
Or ants, yeah, anything with a little hard shell, it causes them to dehydrate and die.
Danette wants to know, is it necessary to get a mammogram when on HRT?
Yeah, whether you're on HRT or not, you should follow your doctor's guidelines for when you need a mammogram.
All right. Patricia, how long after starting carnivore can I try to get off my antidepressants?
I'd give it 90 days. Whether keto, ketovore, carnivore, I'd give it 90 days of real whole food, proper human diet, not lots of cookies, cakes, pies, candy, bars, shakes, real food. And then try to start to slowly wean down your antidepressant or anti-anxiolytic with the help of your personal physician. Absolutely.
JC says, can you reverse type 2 diabetes without fasting and just doing keto carnivore?
Yeah, I think you can. You're probably not going to reverse it as quickly, and you may not get your A1C as low as you would like it. But yes, I think you can.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin ate my meatloaf today. OMAD, but he had the whole thing. That's the point of OMAD, Kevin. You're doing it right, man.
That's it.
Jason says, is there anything natural I could use to remove plaque from my arteries?
Yeah, a proper human diet. Both Dr. Jason Fung, Dr. Adam Nally, Dr. Eric Westman, we've all seen hundreds of patients who have a particular coronary artery calcium score or a CIMT of the carotid artery. After a year or two of a proper human diet, we repeat that test and it has improved in that 1 or 2 years' time.
David wants to know, will carnivore clear up vitiligo?
Joe Rogan actually has vitiligo, and he reported on one of his podcasts that his vitiligo improved. The depigmented patch got smaller while he was doing a carnivore diet. Now, I don't know if it'll completely reverse the condition. I doubt it, but it would not surprise me at all if your depigmented patches get smaller and start to repigment. That would not surprise me at all.
Janice says, I've tried Redmond's and Keto Chow mineral drops. They're both very salty.
Yes.
I've tried recommended amount and less too. Yeah, they have a lot of salt in them.
Yep.
That's what makes them one of the best kind, Redmond's and Keto Chow.
Mm-hmm.
So just water it down if it's too salty for you. That's totally okay.
What a lot of people have been doing is they'll take the mineral drops, and if they cook a steak, they'll put 10 drops of the, and just like you would salt your steak, you put the mineral drops on your steak, and I can't taste any minerally taste. It just tastes salty to me. And then you would use less salt than you normally would put on your steak, and you've got minerals and salt in one happy steak.
Jen, welcome back, Jen. I'm pregnant and I want to drink keto chow every day. It does contain vitamin A palmitate. I've read that causes deformities. Is this true? Is 1,001 international units too much? If not,
no. So if you're pregnant, Jen, congratulations. But the only way you're going to develop vitamin A toxicity is if you take a vitamin A supplement and take way too much, or if you ingest too much polar bear liver or pufferfish liver or another Japanese fish whose name I forget. There's not a documented case on the planet of anybody developing vitamin A toxicity from eating domesticated animal liver or from drinking keto chow shakes. It's not nearly enough.
I drank them, especially early on in my pregnancy, and I did fine, and Beckett is perfect.
Yep.
So.
I want to ask everybody, how long are you keto, ketovore, or carnivore? And if so, how long? How many months? How many years? Tell me in the comments. I want the new people to see that this is a very sustainable way to eat. This is not a short-term hack. This is not a fad. This is something that people do for months or years. Put in the comments, keto 12 months, ketovore 3 months, carnivore 3 years. I want to see in the comments just how long you guys been doing this. Stone Riders, carnivore 6 months. Love it.
Darnell, what are your thoughts on 3-day egg fasts?
I think they're fine. Eat all the eggs you can hold.
Janan, I had a polyp removed 5 years ago, went keto in 2019 and progressed to carnivore, repeat colonoscopy today, and I'm totally clean and I've lost 70 pounds.
Yep. There's no research showing that a proper human diet will shrink and reverse polyps in the colon, but I highly suspect that it will. I think that the ongoing inflammation from all the sugars and grains and vegetable seed oils, that's what causes them. And it's also what causes them to get bigger. And it's also what causes them to eventually become precancerous. So when you remove the inflammation and the offending junk out of your diet, I think that your colon, like every other part of your body, will begin to heal.
Hey, Crown of Curls. My sister has esophagitis and ulcers. Is there proof PhD can heal these ailments?
This has never been studied, but she definitely needs to follow her doctor's advice for the next 4 to 8 weeks as far as taking an acid blocker to help heal those erosions. But she wasn't eating a proper human diet when she got the esophagitis and the ulcers. So probably whatever diet she was eating when she got them, she should stop eating that diet.
Uncle Guns, welcome back. Triple BE 3-week update. Down now 9 pounds, doing 2 meals a day. Eczema and knee pain subsiding, and I'm sleeping better. Thank you both. Stay blessed. Good job.
Uncle Guns, I love it. Thank you.
Bailey wants to know, will keto or carnivore help with high blood pressure?
Absolutely. I actually have a YouTube video about high blood pressure and the proper human diet with regards to that. And also, I think I talk about some supplements as well. But 95% of people with essential hypertension, high blood pressure, can reverse it back to normal. About 5 to 10% of people will have to still take a low dose of one blood pressure medicine after they've been eating a proper human diet for 6 to 12 months.
Don't know why
That's
it's doing
weird.
This to me.
You think it's because it's
Jen wants to know what's a good source of choline her eggs are making her gut. She's the one that's
I've got a video about choline rich foods on YouTube. Just go check it out. What happened? Did you do it again?
Yes.
I don't know why it's
You're
doing
gonna have
that.
to
Okay,
catch
where
up.
are we at?
Right after Jen.
Is this Jen right here?
I can't tell. I don't think so.
Thank you, Nancy Turner, for the super chat. Thank you guys for the super chats. That's so helpful and sweet of you. Trey says, still young in my carnivore journey, I find that I crave egg yolk, butter, and canned mackerel, but have to force myself to eat ground beef. Nutrient-wise, am I lacking if I don't eat ground beef often? No. I think that egg yolks, butter, and canned mackerel, especially if it's the little mackerel with the bones in it, dude, that's it. You're getting all the nutrition. Every now and then, add a can of cod liver or eat some chicken liver or goose liver, and that's it. You are nutritionally complete. You're eating a perfect, proper human diet.
It won't let me tap on them. If I tap on them, it shuts
so
off.
Weird, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so then I did this. Oh, I have to hit the arrow.
Trey,
Okay,
did you do
it.
Trey already?
Yeah, I did Trey. Oh,
did
thank you,
Francis.
Francis. Thank you very much.
You got to go back this
way. Oh, maybe I'm caught up.
No, we missed some.
Oh, okay.
Guys, if you didn't know, when you send a super chat, it stays on the screen for a certain amount of time and then it disappears.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Let's see. I think we did that one. Yeah. Okay. The Anxiety Project says, is taking purified bile salts on carnivore okay? Yes, it is. Still feeling some bloating, switching from keto to carnivore after 3 weeks. So far, they have been helping immensely. Yeah, they're totally fine. And I think some people need bile salts when they're doing keto, ketovore, or carnivore, but the vast majority of people do not need them. But some people probably do and would benefit.
Lisa, can someone with an ostomy bag do a ketogenic diet?
What if you have an ostomy bag at any level? You can do keto, ketovore, carnivore. If you'd like to not have to empty your bag as often, then ketovore or carnivore, that's the way to go, because they're almost 100% nutrition. Every bite of food you eat, you absorb it completely and use it. And so there's not a lot of waste to build up in your bag.
Jeff says, I get puffy face and water retention after I eat a lot of salt, or I'm only doing 1 teaspoon a day plus Redmond's electrolytes, and I still have issues. I tried going higher, but it just gets worse. My blood work is fine. What are your thoughts?
You're probably still eating too many carbohydrates for your personal physiology. This is keeping your insulin level high, which is making you more likely to retain fluid. Once you get that insulin level down to low normal, and you can test that by having your C-peptide or your fasting insulin checked, then you can eat all the salt you want, not gorge on salt beyond all reason, but eat the salt to taste. You won't have the swelling.
Sheena's Keto Homestead. Will keto heal leaky gut, or do I need to do GAPS, then back to keto?
Probably the thing that's going to help you the most is carnivore. Yeah, carnivore or ketovore, and be very careful which vegetables you include in your ketovore. But people with any gut condition, carnivore is the way. If you've got ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, IBS, either C or D, or SIBO, or if you've got open gap junctions, you're going to get better with a carnivore diet.
Yes, Granny Berry is watching. She just came to visit for Beckett's birthday, and she was talking about how tickled she gets when all of you guys tell her hi and hey, Granny Berry, like she loves it.
Yep. My dad said she didn't care anything about the entire broadcast except for when everybody says hi to Granny Berry. She freaking loves that. I actually got a picture. I'm going to post it on my YouTube community feed and on Patreon of me and Granny Berry, so you guys can see who you're saying hi to.
She's the cutest.
She's pretty cute.
So she's
pretty mouthy too.
She watches. She don't care about anything else. But they said hi. Hey, they said hi from Argentina. Like she loves it.
There's one from the Virgin Islands, Granny. You missed that one.
Tam says, doctor told me today we think I have a hiatal hernia, told me to start 20 milligrams of Prilosec. Any other suggestions or things I can do at home?
Yeah, you've got to go completely real whole food keto, ketovore, carnivore. I've got a hiatal hernia, and I used to have severe reflux. Now, if you don't have reflux symptoms or heartburn, you don't need the Prilosec. That's not going to cure your hiatal hernia. Only if you're having heartburn, reflux symptoms, would you take that for a couple of 3 weeks as you convert to a proper human diet that's all real whole food, one ingredient, no products, no processing, unless you consider cooking it on your stove, processing. And then it'll be gone. You won't need the Prilosec.
Yeah, that's where you get it. Somebody said that's where Dr. Berry gets his mouthiness from.
Got that right. She taught me well.
Heidi Blue, do you think I can come off my CPAP machine if I do keto low carb?
Maybe, Heidi. Thousands of people have been able to. One of the reasons that people have sleep apnea is because of fatty tongue. You've heard of fatty liver, right? You can also build up inappropriate amounts of fat marbling in your tongue, which is a giant muscle, and it makes your tongue fatter. And so you don't have enough room between the back of your tongue and your oropharynx for air to travel when your muscles are relaxed and you're deep in sleep. And many, many people, when they go keto, ketovore, carnivore, after a few months of that, and they've lost the fatty liver, they've lost the fatty tongue, they notice that they don't need their CPAP anymore. So they just sell it on eBay. I'll let Neisha give a testimonial of my snoring now on average versus my snoring 5 years ago.
Yeah, he was never on a CPAP or anything,
no.
But I mean, it was like...
I probably had a touch of sleep apnea, but I was not going to get
What did Loretti say? Sound like an old bear growling.
Yeah, do.
It was extremely hard to sleep. So
she used to sleep with earplugs.
I had to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now the only time he snores is if he's had a really long day outside and he's completely exhausted, and then it's still not really that bad.
Or a little sick. And that's literally the only times I snore that she tells me about. And she would tell me if I snored, trust me.
Also, I'm a mom now and I'm exhausted, so I can sleep much better because I'm just completely tired.
Maybe that's it. Maybe you just don't notice.
JC, I usually wake up at 2 to 3 in the morning. Should I take some mag or cortisol supplements? Would that help?
I wouldn't take a cortisol supplement. Some magnesium, a little more at bedtime, might keep you asleep. Depending on your age, you might need a little bit of melatonin, a little bit of GABA, G-A-B-A, a little bit of tryptophan, some valerian root, or some passion flower. Any of those little supplements are very safe, and they might help you get over that little temporary hump in waking up in the middle of the night.
Hey, Jill. Awful Charlie horse increased my KC, but 1 tablespoon made me puke immediately. Wow. So is that too much for me, or take on a full stomach instead? If you're just taking without water, sometimes because it has so much salt in it, that can cause some people to have that reaction.
She can do that. I cannot do that.
Yeah, I can take it down in a shot, but it's totally fine to put it in some water and chug it that way, or even your coffee or some sort of keto beverage, and that would be fine.
Yep.
Or if you think taking it on full stomach, that's okay too.
Yep. How many of you guys used to take something for heartburn or reflux, and now after a few months of keto, ketovore, carnivore, you no longer take it? Tell me how many of you guys have had that experience, and what did you used to take that you no longer have to spend money on for your heartburn?
Kindle was a year-long frequent user of Unisom. Any way to reduce the possible damage? I've stopped using since seeing your video. Yeah.
So any of you guys, if you take Unisom, NyQuil, Tylenol PM, Advil PM, those have anticholinergic medicines, diphenhydramine. It's been very strongly linked to early onset dementia and an increased risk of dementia. So if you take any of those for sleep, you do like Benadryl even. If you take that, it's for sleep at night, you got to watch my video about sleeping pills and the danger of dementia. And you may have to wean them down because you may not sleep a wink if you've been taking 100 milligrams of Benadryl every night for 3 years and then stop it cold turkey. You may be laying there at 14:30 in the morning, not sleeping. So you may have to wean it down.
Danita, it's black walnut gathering season. Are y'all hitting that up? Also, bought some iodine, and it helps so much with the brain fog. Thanks for the video. Yes, the black walnut season has started.
Yep, we're picking up black walnuts. We're picking up all of our hickory nuts. Granny Berry's going to crack them for us. She's got a special machine. So we're going to pick up as many buckets of hickory nuts, because if you don't know, hickory nuts are a freaking delicacy. They are a pain in the buttocks to get out of the shell, but once you get them out there, they taste delicious.
So around the holidays, I make candy with the black walnuts, and that's when we eat black walnuts from November to December. Yep. Granny Berry cracks them; they're fresh from Granny Berry. She just brought me a bag. What?
2 bags.
Yeah, she brought me 2 bags.
Yeah, don't sell her short. And then also, I'm picking up acorns for the sheep because they freaking love them. I'm going to post a video on our OB Farms channel of the sheep crunching on the acorns, because it is the funniest thing in the world. They all look like they got a big pouch of chewing tobacco, and they're just like, just like that.
Just like that. Y'all, we got OB Farms t-shirts.
I know.
I will be posting them very soon. So if you're wanting an OB Farms t-shirt, we got you. Melissa, I'm fine when I say keto, but if I ever go over on my carbs, I wake up in the middle of the night with calf cramps. Is this electrolyte issues?
When you raise your insulin, you hold extra fluid, and that's going to mess with your electrolyte balance. It's going to cause electrolytes to shift inside cells, outside cells, into the interstitial space, and that's going to cause you to have leg cramps. Yep. You got to keep those carbs low.
Thanks, Maureen. Thank you, Carolyn. Cheese. Hey, Cheese. Keto for 4 years. If fasting for 48 to 72 hours, which is more important? What you eat before you fast, or what you eat when you break your fast?
A lot of people make this stuff very important, like only break your fast with this one food, or, the only safe way to break a fast. That's kind of clickbait. You can break your fast with grilled skunk meat, or platypus eggs, or whatever the hell you want to eat to break your fast. Now, if you're fasting longer than 72 hours, you probably want to start with like a little scrambled egg, something that's kind of bland and mild. But if you're just fasting daily, intermittent, or whatever, you can eat whatever right before your fast. You'll be able to fast.
Whatever. It needs to be appropriate.
Right. Well, whatever keto carnivore foods you want to eat. Yeah. That's what I meant. I assume people know.
You can assume that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. ZQL first last. You got to quit that stuff. It will increase your risk of dementia so much. But like you really want to eat a high fat, high protein meal right before you start your fast, because you can fast longer. It's easier because you're not hungry.
This is a really good question. Sherry, is the histamine issue that some people are saying from carnivore cause autoimmune flare-ups, or is that clickbait?
It might in some people. Sherry, thanks for the super chat, Sherry. That's very sweet of you. It might in some people, but I think the vast majority of us, once our immune system is calmed down by eating a proper human diet for a few months, you're just not going to have inappropriate autoimmune flare-ups for no damn reason anymore like you once did.
Blessed. Focused on clean Ketovore as early as teenager. Always bruised easily. Now in my late 40s, Ketovore for 6 months. I seem to be bruising much more often. Luggage caused immediate bruising on my wrists and arms. Thoughts?
Yeah, as we all get older, we bruise more readily. Your skin gets a little thinner as you get older. There's nothing about Ketovore, or carnivore that would make you more likely to bruise. Actually, you're less likely to bruise eating a proper human diet, because you're eating everything your skin and your blood vessels need to be strong and turgid and snap back. Probably you just feel so much better that you're much more active, and you're trying to lug stuff around like big suitcases that used to you would let somebody else get. And so you're getting more bruises because you're just a more active human now, would be my guess.
Did you also mention that when you have less fat,
you can see the bruising easier. Absolutely, yeah.
Sarah says, love you both. I no longer have hip pain thanks to keto. Always love learning something from these chats.
Yeah, I just posted a new video on YouTube today about chronic pain, and that's a great example. People think that I'm trying to sell something, or that I'm full of crap, or I'm joking when I say eating a proper human diet will decrease the intensity of your chronic pain. So if you know anybody that's just in pain all the time, every day, all day, every day, please share that video with them, because it just, if you could decrease their chronic pain by 30, 40, 50%, that would be such a gift. So please share that video with anybody you know who it might help.
Hughes, thanks so much for the big chat. I really appreciate y'all. I'm having amazing results staying in nutritional ketosis. I've lost 70 pounds so far. 70 more is my goal. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, Gary?
Thank you, Gary, for that. Yeah, keep us updated. And now it's time to start teaching your friends and family how to do this way of eating.
YouTube is being a real pain in the butt.
What is going on over there?
Wesley, is there a cure or remedy for sialadenitis?
Yeah, the vast majority of it, and it's a salivary gland condition, is inflammatory in nature. And once you calm down the chronic inappropriate inflammation, you're going to notice that your symptoms are much, much less severe.
Trudy, headaches. I've had a CT, MRI scan. They're all normal. Blood work is okay. I'm on 12 milligrams of candesartan, 2.5 of amlodipine, 50 of sertraline, blood pressure 108/88. It fluctuates without me realizing it.
Yeah, so your blood pressure is pretty darn good. Another few months and you'll probably be able to wean off one, if not both, of the blood pressure medications.
Barb, would you speak to diverticulitis? I've been mostly eating hamburger and sour cream and cream. I ate a bag of pepitas and had horrible attack of diverticulitis. Then I hear that I need more fiber. What's the truth?
No, fiber is not going to help you with your diverticulosis, and it's definitely not going to prevent you from having diverticulitis. Fiber basically scrubs the inside of your colon, and a lot of plant-based people, they act like that's a good thing. But that would be like me telling you, hey, you need to get a Brillo pad and scrub your eyeballs once a day. It's really healthy to scrub your eyeballs. What? Your colon does not need scrubbing, just like your eyeballs don't need scrubbing. You need to eat proper human food, and that consists of meat and eggs, maybe a little veg. The pepitos, they have lots of oxalates and lectins and phytates, and that probably pissed your diverticulosis off, thus giving you the diverticulitis.
JC says, I don't like taking pain medications. Are there any recommendations for headache? Something natural like apple cider vinegar or MCT oil, something like that.
Yeah, Neisha knows some good essential oils that you could use to kind of calm down a headache. I don't think anybody should ever take a pain med, an anti-inflammatory, or Tylenol for just a headache. Now, if it's an, oh my God, 10 out of 10 headache, yeah, take something for that. But that should be very rare. If you're having that kind of headache every day, you need to go see your doctor. But just for a everyday headache, I maybe have one mild headache a month. I never take anything. I just get on with it.
Most of mine are always stress headaches, so they radiate from here up. And so I use like CBD ointment or peppermint oil or like a blend, and that helps a lot. Also massage. If you can get your wifey or your hubby or your partner to massage the back of your neck.
Yeah. What's that stuff I rub on your neck?
CBD.
CBD? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It smells really good.
Yeah, it does. Blue Dove, yes. The OB Farms t-shirts are Neisha approved. They are the Bella shirts. They are very, very cozy. I'll be modeling one for you guys. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me and my YouTube channel. Who watched my relaxing fall vibe video today?
That was so relaxing and such a different video than you normally do.
I know.
I loved it. I watched it twice.
Crown of Curl says, I'm realizing cheat meals suck. Literally had a few bites of dry sugary cereal and my blood sugar went from 74 to 144 and I had joint pain for 2 days. Never again. Crown of Curl, sometimes I say cheating really makes you wake up to the fact that it's not worth it. So if that's what it took for you to be like, I'm not doing this ever again, then it was worth it for you to cheat and get that feedback from your body. And now when you get that craving or you feel like you want that, you just remember that moment when you're like, nope, not worth it.
Yes, Christina, you can eat keto carnivore without a gallbladder. You can also eat keto carnivore without a thyroid, without an appendix, without ovaries, without a uterus, without half of your large intestine, without half of your small intestine. If you are a human being, you can eat keto or carnivore. And I'm very sorry, Craig, that your super chat got dropped. I'll watch the comments. If you want to type your question in, I'll try to catch it in just the regular comments.
Shan says, what's your take on bulletproof coffee for fasting? I'm 2 months into keto, but have been eating whole foods for a while. I'm almost ketovore, OMAD most days with bulletproof coffee.
Perfect. Yeah, that's it.
Bulletproof coffee is fine. It's also not necessary. So if you're doing the fat in your coffee because you want to do it in extended fasting or something like that, that's fine. But don't feel like you have to do it. It's unnecessary.
Yep.
Serena, Meniere's disease. Can this way of eating help? Asking for my sister.
Yes, Serena. Lots of people's Meniere's gets significantly better by eating a proper human diet. I have a YouTube video about tinnitus. I may also have one about Meniere's. I can't remember.
I think you do.
But yeah, definitely the medication they give you for it helps a tiny bit, but then it's got a 2-page list of potential side effects. Just lower your carb intake, get rid of the seed oils, and eat lots of fatty meat and eggs, and your Meniere's is going to improve to some degree.
Charlie, I've had gut issues for a while now. Anxiety, depression, headaches, bowel movement issues. I've never mentally felt the same, and it's greatly affected me. I'm 27 and otherwise healthy. Any tips? Thank you.
Yeah, 90 days of carnivore, Charlie, 100%. 90 days of fatty red meat and eggs, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. You do that, and your gut will feel better than it may have felt in a decade or two.
And it will help the anxiety and the depression. It helps
100%.
all the things. Many people with anxiety and depression feel that the meat-based way is the most beneficial for them.
Yep, fatty meat.
Fatty.
Not lean meat.
Kenneth had popliteal bypass 3 months ago. Wounds, very slow healing. Good diet or supplements to eat.
Yeah, you need lots of fatty meat and eggs. You can add some veg and some
bone broth.
Good bone broth. Real homemade bone broth. But you need the meat and eggs. You need all that because that's what's going to help you regrow. Also, if your blood sugar is running high or your insulin is running high, your wounds are just going to heal very slowly and very poorly. You're going to lower your blood sugar and your insulin by eating lots of fatty meat and eggs and cutting out the sugar, the grains, and the vegetable seed oils.
Are you looking for that question?
Yeah,
right here, Craig. Do all forms of glucose glycate the same, or does the glucose from gluconeogenesis glycate differently?
Excellent question, Craig. What we've been noticing, because a lot of times a carnivore, they'll have a blood sugar in the morning of 110, 120, even 130. And they're like, oh, crap, my A1C is going to suck. But it's almost like your body knows what it's doing. And if your red blood cells need glucose or any other cell needs glucose, your liver makes it. And it's fine. It doesn't seem to glycate your cells as much as if the glucose that's in your bloodstream is exogenous glucose, which means you ate some carbs and they broke down into glucose. That seems to be way more glycating than endogenously produced glucose. And I think that it's probably because your liver only makes glucose if you need it. Yeah, but I'd love for somebody to do some research on that. Professor Bickman, if you're watching, that'd be an awesome study.
Trudy, even though my blood pressure is good, I'm still getting headaches every day. Could my blood pressure be fluctuating without me realizing it and causing the headache?
Headaches are caused by many things, Trudy. If your blood pressure is averaging a good number, then your headaches are probably not caused from the high blood pressure. Usually it takes a really high blood pressure to give you a pounding headache. You've probably got something else going on causing your headache. There's hundreds of causes.
Rosie, when should a newbie fast for the carnivore diet?
You can fast whenever you're not hungry. You can fast for 14 hours a day, 16, 18, 20 hours a day. You can do a 3-day fast. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question, but you can implement any degree of intermittent fasting along with your carnivore diet, as much or as little as you'd like.
Joanne says, I want to start the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Can you give an example of what that looks like? I need to consume 140 grams of protein. So just get one of those tracking apps, Carb Manager, Chronometer, and get in there and look at how many grams of protein are in certain foods. And that's how you're going to figure out how to get 140 grams of protein. Like, it just looks different. Are you going to eat eggs? Are you going to eat beef? Are you going to eat bacon? Like, those are the things you're eating. So that's very simple for you. There's only like 3 things you need to look up. So just get in there and play around in the apps and see what that looks like. You know, what is 1 ounce equal to in grams of protein in each of those foods? And really with beef, butter, and eggs, if you're eating that, you're going to probably hit your protein macro or get very close to it.
Yep. Yeah, Preacher Man, you're wrong about that. Every time we don't have a super chat, we answer questions for free. We do that all the time, every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central. So sorry to disappoint you, Preacher Man, but you've got the wrong tiger by the tail here, my friends. Melinda says, for free, Preacher Man, do y'all eat any vegetables at all? Sometimes Neisha does. I very rarely do, but sometimes I'll indulge if it's something I really enjoy.
And not everybody has to stay away from vegetables. And
right.
I have to stay away from certain vegetables because I have an autoimmune disease. Yep. And he has to stay away from them because
I have swelling if I eat too many veggies. But veggies can definitely be a part of a proper human diet for some of us. No, I don't think for all of us, but for some of us, they definitely can be part of it.
Cynthia says, I'm stuck and I'm gaining weight. I've been keto carnivore for 1 year. Gaining weight, gaining inches, gaining fat. That's important. Are you measuring inches? I'm just asking. Like it depends.
If the weight's going up on the scale, that doesn't mean much. That could be muscle. That could be increased bone density. That could be any number of things.
Well, it means a little, but it doesn't mean as much as like if you are measuring inches, you need to do all the things also.
Get your Taylor's tape and take all your measurements.
You know, getting older, if you're going through menopause, that can cause your weight to start doing weird things, and you might have to change some things up. Who is calling me?
I have a YouTube video called The 13 Reasons Why Your Weight Loss Might Stall. All of those reasons are applicable to you, Cynthia. This may be a hormone issue, either thyroid hormone, adrenal, ovarian. It could be any of number of things. Watch that video and you'll figure it out, and then keep us up to date on how it's going. Dawn, if you have a goiter, you 100% need iodine. Any of you guys, if you have a goiter, you need iodine. You also need to see your doctor, but you definitely need a little more iodine in your life.
Hector wants to know, is 4,700 milligrams of potassium still necessary on a strict carnivore diet? Is that the amount of potassium? Is that going to be too much for people with HPA axis dysfunction?
Yeah, as far as the HPA axis, talk to your doctor about that, because you obviously you have a doctor for that. I think that we all naturally tend to gravitate towards the amount of potassium and magnesium that we need. I never measure out the milligrams of potassium and magnesium. I just guesstimate it and throw in some water and drink it. If I drink too much, I get the squirts. If I don't drink enough, I get a cramp. So I just keep it right in the middle.
Pooler and Jane, you both kind of asked similar questions. You said, what veggies do you avoid, Neisha, since you have an autoimmune disease? So that's very individual. So for me, what I did to understand my body and how I react to these vegetables, I went strict carnivore for like 2 months, and then I introduced the vegetables that I like one at a time. Like every few days I would bring back a vegetable, and then I documented how I felt. Did I have bloating? Did I have gas? Did I have a headache? Did I have pain? Did I feel worse? Did I feel better? How was my energy? All that stuff, and I documented it. So that's what you have to do to figure out which vegetables are okay for you or aren't okay for you. Most of the time it's going to be cruciferous that are decent and they're good and cooked in animal fat. But it's different for everybody. But that's pretty much the ones that are safe.
Angela says lettuce is a big problem for her, and she misses salads. What veggies have you guys found that's like, I don't need to eat that veggie? Tell me in the comments. Is it broccoli? Is it lettuce? What's the most common vegetable that causes you to either have gut inflammation, skin inflammation, joint, brain, bloating? What are the veggies that fire you guys up?
Tanya wants to know, is there a good keto cocoa mix? Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, I just went. Hang on.
It'll come to you in just a moment.
They're from Salt Lake City. Oh, Hello Bakery.
Oh, hello.
Yes, they have fantastic cocoa mix, and they are a woman-owned business, small business, and they've grown in the past few years, and they will ship to you. So they have an Instagram page. It's Oh Hello Bakery.
Yeah, everything I've ever had from Oh Hello Bakery is sinfully delicious. Yeah.
You can also use the Element chocolate salts electrolytes.
I would do that in my coffee in the morning if somebody hadn't lost it.
Lost it.
Or hid it.
Ate it. Hid it in my stomach.
It's gone?
Yeah. We got to order some more. We should really talk to them. That'd be cool if they just send us some.
That'd be awesome. If you're listening.
Michelle, keto for 3 years, had mouth surgery last week for bone infection from a metal implant.
Oh.
Any suggestions for natural pain relief?
You may need
that kind.
You may need some actual pain medicine for a few days. And that's not a defeat. That's not a sin. Anytime you have bone surgery, you probably need a few days of narcotics. That's totally fine. And
probably some probiotics, because I bet you're on a really strong antibiotic.
Absolutely.
Sherry, my mom's going keto because of my triple BE transformation. I've never counted carbs due to my protocol. Do you count carbs for a meal or the day?
I talk about, Sherry, total carbs for the day's intake. That's what we talk about. So keto, the perfect keto for most people is 20 total grams of carbohydrate intake for the entire day.
Charlie, this is a great question. Is it possible to completely heal the gut back to normal or even better than? And what is the cause for mental health issues associated with gut issues?
Yeah. Your gut has as many, if not more, neurons in it than your brain. Many gut researchers call it the second brain. That's why we have the saying, "Oh, I felt it in my gut," or "I've got a gut feeling about this." Right? That's us intuitively knowing that we have emotions, that your brain and your gut are very intimately connected. Many people with depression or anxiety or OCD or some other mental issue also have severe gut issues, and those are the people who do the best with a carnivore diet, just beef, butter, bacon, and eggs.
Linda wants to know, is there a free carb counting app? Yeah, there's several. Carb Manager has a free version. Chronometer has a free version. My Fitness Pal, I think, has a free version. There's a lot of free ones. So
yeah, a lot of them will also give you your calorie count, but you can ignore that. Just focus on the carb count.
Hey, there's Sean. Say, which is better for long-term health, eating 3 meals a day in a 12-hour window or 2 meals a day in an 8-hour window?
Probably better in the long term would be eating 2 meals a day in an 8-hour window. That'd probably be better. You can even eat three meals a day in an 8-hour window. You don't have to space them out so far.
Ron, I've been diagnosed with lymph leukemia. Will keto carnivore help me?
It's probably going to slow down the progression. It's probably going to help your doctor's treatments, which you're definitely going to go see your doctor and get. It's probably going to help them work better and help your body respond to them without as many side effects. But you definitely need to go see your doctor.
Gray, any advice for prostate cancer and diet when taking Lupron to offset side effects of my medication?
What was the first part of the question?
Prostate cancer.
But any what?
Advice.
You just need to eat a proper human diet. The majority of people with prostatic hypertrophy or prostate cancer, notice that liquid dairy really flares their prostate up. So I would avoid that very strongly. I would recommend that. And then you need to be eating a proper human diet, which is low carb. It contains lots of fatty meat and eggs and a little bit of veg.
Everybody's saying congrats to Ken. What did Ken do? I can't find his comment. I don't know. Congrats, Ken.
Congrats, man. What happened?
I don't know what he said. I can't find it. Jane, why do you never recommend eating fish?
I do all the time. I've got videos about.
He eats fish all the time.
Yeah, sardines, anchovies, cod liver. We love fish. Neisha can eat 3 dozen oysters on the half shell. We love seafood. We eat it every chance we get. Oh yeah, she loves
crab
it.
legs.
She eats anchovies out of the bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Marcia says, I like your skull earrings, Neisha. Walmart.
I picked those out, Marcia.
Beckett likes them too. Jen wants to know, how should we treat nasal infections if it's a possible fungus?
About using oil for it? Is that the question?
No.
What did you say? I was reading a question. I blended mine with yours.
How do you treat a possible nasal infection that's from a fungus?
You've got to take an antifungal. You have to go see your doctor and get a prescription for an antifungal if that's the case. Yeah.
Rose, I've been carnivore since April. I've lost 30 pounds. Went off my blood pressure medications. I got off the pantoprazole.
Yep.
And albuterol in 3 weeks. I haven't got any more weight. I haven't had any more weight loss since August. Inches, yes, but no weight. What can I do?
You lost inches. You've lost inches. You don't even need your inhaler anymore. How many of you other guys have COPD, chronic bronchitis, asthma, and it's like literally you never use your inhaler anymore since you've been eating a proper human diet? I hear that all the time. But your body needs to take a pause every now and then and heal. Just keep doing what you're doing. You've obviously proven to yourself this is the way. Look how much better you feel and look. Keep doing this, and when your body's ready, the fat loss will pick back up.
I need to scoot just a little bit.
How's that?
Ken quit drinking after 42 years. He's gone sober.
Yes.
Good job,
Ken. Good job.
Well done. Christina, I don't know who won the ketogenic awards. It was open still last time I checked. So
is it over?
Haven't went and voted. It's still open, even though they said it was supposed to be closed. So just like go vote again if you want to.
Hey.
He's up for Channel of the Year. I'm up for Influencer of the Year. Keto-weekly.com. A lot of you have already voted. So
can they vote again if they've already voted?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can vote more than once.
Yes.
Michelle
is off her inhaler. Tanya's has no more inhaler.
Yep. It's so common. But if I say that, like, it'll make your COPD or your asthma better, people are like, don't you dare say that. I'm like, it does. I'm sorry if that offended you.
Todd, 26 years of asthma suffered, totally cured.
Not kidding. Not a joke.
Awesome.
This is real.
Shayla, I had to go on medical leave due to my anxiety back in May, and after 1 month of carnivore, my anxiety is gone. Yep. I'm now over 2 months carnivore. Good job, awesome. Shayla.
Anybody else that carnivore has just put your depression, anxiety, OCD in remission? Anybody else had that experience?
Let's see.
Jenna, no more inhaler. Stop my Singulair. I love that. I don't understand how come we can't get the word out to more people. You guys know you can share these videos, right? I mean, if somebody with COPD on 5 inhalers a day, if they heard what we just said, you don't think they'd be like, what the hell? You're telling me? Yes, I'm telling you, eat the proper human diet. How many people could that affect their life if we just all shared this video?
Somebody said, it looks like you guys are in a sauna. He has new lights, and like we just cannot get them sorted out.
I don't like them.
We look weird. I'm sorry.
You look
we don't
great.
Look
I
like
look
this
kind of weird.
Where did that go? It was a good one. Jennifer, I think it was Jennifer. Hang on. She said, why is this better than a plant-based diet? Jennifer, yes. How is keto or carnivore better than a plant-based diet?
Yeah, so
good question.
Many plants have inflammatory things in them like oxalates, phytates, lectin, phytoestrogens. These things, the plant-based people like to call them phytonutrients or phytochemicals, but they're really phytoexcitotoxins. They actually cause inflammation in many people's human body. Also, plants are high in carbohydrates. And that's why you'll hear people on a vegan diet say, hey, I improved my type 2 diabetes with a vegan diet. But you never hear anybody say, I reversed my type 2 diabetes with a vegan diet, because it's too many carbs. You can never do that. And then thirdly, many of the vegan diets and plant-based diets are full of vegetable oils, which are quite inflammatory. They're high in carbs. They're high in inflammatory grains. They've got all the stuff. Plus, they just don't have the nutrition that meat has. Meat and eggs has more nutrition than any plant that you can think of on the planet. And if you doubt me, I can show you a graph.
Charles says, Saladino says to lay off the oysters. Good, more for me.
That's right. I hope he does lay off them, because I'm going to wear them out.
They're a superfood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's talking about.
100%.
Steve, stressors can be good. Hormesis, things like radiation, alcohol, exercise, etc. Should we ingest some sad diet on occasion to remain flexible?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the hormetic theory in this respect. Like, oh, you should drink a little poison. You should go sit at the nuclear power plant because it's good for you. I'm going to avoid all those things, and I'm also going to avoid sad diet foods. I don't need that kind of hormesis. My hormesis comes from being out in the middle of the forest, cutting down trees with my chainsaw, sweating like a horse.
Your body is naturally flexible. That's what makes us humans pretty awesome. And you just because you haven't eaten an Oreo cookie in 10 years doesn't mean you're going to fall over.
Yeah. Now, if you're jonesing and you want to call your Oreo cookie binge hormesis, I mean, I guess you could do that.
Just call it a cheat.
Just call it a cheat.
Yeah. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah, call it falling off the wagon.
Jen, the prenatal I took was just the 1-a-day brown capsule.
It smelled funny.
Yeah. CC Rue, my mom has burning foot pain. She's on low-carb sugar diet now. Do you think walking and movement is also key to neuropathic pain relief?
Slowly but surely, she needs to increase the amount of physical activity and walking she does, and she may need to lower her total carbs to lower than what a low-carb diet would be. So figure up with Chronometer or Carb Manager how many total carbs she's eating a day. If it's above 20, I would cut it down to 20 a day. And at some point where you lower the carbs enough, her neuropathy is going to get substantially better.
Yeah, several of you are talking about how expensive meat is getting. Yes, it is. But listen, there are ways. Catch the meat on sale, get the butcher discount, find a local farmer, hunt, or make buddies with somebody who hunts. And say you'll pay for the processing if they'll give you the meat. Like there's ways we can do this.
We can do this. Go to the ethnic grocery. They very often have full stock shelves when everybody else is out. Yeah.
Get the cheap cuts. If it's not in your budget to get grass fed, listen, regular meat is like $50 now. So, I mean, if you're not buying grass fed, it's fine. Kim Howerton's in the chat. If you guys have missed it,
hey, Kim Howerton.
Kim Howerton and I have a holiday program, and we're super excited. It's going to get started very soon. Just kind of to keep everybody on track and motivated, and we're going to have a good time in there too. The link is in the description if you want to come hang out with Kim and I for the next few months, and you get a cookbook, you get videos, and it's a good time.
Yes, WFD, deer meat is excellent. Deer are a ruminant. Neisha, when deer season starts, she's going to fill up our freezer with doe meat, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Yes, deer, elk, caribou, bison, buffalo, water buffalo,
meat,
moose,
squirrel, rabbit.
Yeah, skunk and possum too.
Rocker, can keto help with AFib or eliminate ectopic heartbeats?
Yeah, a lot of people notice their AFib. They have far less frequent flare-ups. And I've got a YouTube video about AFib that'll help you with more information, and the research is in the show notes. K-Bear Fuzzy Ears says, can you speak to edema, salt intake, and water pills? Yeah, when you've got your carb intake low enough, K-Bear Fuzzy Ears, you're going to have much less edema than you currently have. Eating enough carbohydrates to give yourself chronic hyperinsulinemia will make you hold more fluid. And so you need to start eating keto, ketovore, carnivore, full of real, whole, one-ingredient foods.
Denise, Early October, A1C was 10.2 at the doctor with average glucose of 275. Immediately started triple BE per my doctor. 2.5 weeks later, blood glucose average is 118.
Mhm.
So excited to get healthy.
So your
Good
doctor
job.
recommended beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. See, I told you guys, medical doctors are going to come around because when they see so many transformations in you guys, they're going to stop being hard-headed and say, damn, this must be real. I need to learn about this keto thing. How many of you guys, tell me what your highest A1C was and now what's your A1C with keto, Ketovore, Carnivore? Tell us in the comments so that people who are new to this and are still type 2 diabetic and are thinking, I think that berry's full of shit. I don't think it really reverses type 2 diabetes. Show them your before and after A1C in the comments.
I had a thing and then I looked at you and I lost the thing. So
sorry I distracted you.
Oh, Brian says, hey, my son Wyatt says hi. He enjoyed your shout out to him and his answering his question last week. So,
hey, Wyatt, eat your meat, brother. Eat your eggs. Joel had an A1C of 14. It's now down to 7. You're almost there, Joel. Keep going. Shanika from 7.4 to 5.2. That's so awesome. Look at this.
Anik, 11.6 to 7.7. 6.2 to 5.2. 6.2 to 4.3. Mary Ellen.
Beautiful.
Joe went from 12.7 down to 7.7. Well on their way.
Yeah, that's it, guys. I'm telling you. We will put the American Diabetes Association out of business. If everybody adopted a proper human diet, they would have nothing to talk about.
Kevin went from 10.1 to 4.8.
Boom. That's
our boy.
Look at this. D Johnson, 11.7 to 5.2. Denise, 11.2 to 4.7.
Craig, 13.8 to 5.7.
Give yourself a high five.
I love it. I wish we could do a whole video where it was just like people's A1Cs on the screen for an hour, because I guarantee you we have an hour's worth of people's A1Cs going from high to normal or low normal. Yep.
Jackie, I think the line diet is great. I did the Michaela Peterson podcast and she challenged me to do a month of the line diet, and I'm thinking about it. I may try it as a challenge. And if you guys want to join me and do the Lion diet for a month, it's basically just beef, salt, and water.
And beef.
Yeah, beef.
Mr. Ribeye Durango, love your name. I know that you can be on carnivore without a gallbladder, but any recommendations about supplements that would help with nutrient absorption?
Well, what you don't want to be doing is taking an acid blocker of any type. You want to have very strong stomach acid. That's going to break your food up. And that's 90% of the nutrient absorption is breaking it up initially with your very acidic stomach. There's not really a lot of supplements. Your body pretty much is not stupid. Your body knows how to do all this. The only time that it doesn't work is if you're poisoning it with the standard American crap diet. Then it gets confused and doesn't know what to do because you're not feeding it real food.
Viking. I love that you have a Viking name and this is your question. Why do I always get bloated when I eat fruit and other plants, but not when I eat meat? Yeah,
that's a hint, Viking. You, like me, I've got lots of Nordic, lots of Neanderthal. Just about any plant I eat bloats me, and I never get bloated with beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Never, literally never.
Jennifer wants to know, my mom has several autoimmune diseases. Will I inherit them?
No, Jennifer. You might inherit a slightly increased risk of developing them, but if you're eating a proper human diet and living a proper human lifestyle, your chances of catching them, or actually them manifesting themselves, is very, very low. A lot of people think, oh, my mom had this, therefore I'm at 100%. I'm going to get it. Actually, usually the risk is like 2 or 3%. But if you're smoking and drinking alcohol and living a loose life and you're eating lots of carbs and junk, you're going to greatly increase that 2 to 3% chance up to 10, 15, 20%.
JD, some say going too low carb is bad for hypothyroid as the body needs glucose to convert T4 to T3, and being in ketosis makes adrenal fatigue worse.
Yep, all that's dumb, JD. Whoever you heard say that, stop listening to those people.
I am walking, talking proof.
Yeah, she actually has Hashimoto's and does worse if she eats more carbs.
Yes.
And does better if she eats as close to zero carbs as possible.
Believe me, if I could
She would love to
Eat
say,
more.
carbs help me, wouldn't you? Yeah.
I would.
Yeah,
I would love to
definitely.
rationalize that
Yep,
and be right.
yeah,
But unfortunately, my numbers, my hypothyroid and Hashimoto's is in remission. And that is because of no carbs and not because of more carbs.
That's exactly it. Yep. Bill's A1C was 11. Now it's 5.8, 0.2 more of a point, Bill, and you are no longer a diabetic. That is so awesome.
Stockton guy, having difficulty with the last 30 pounds and elevated blood sugar. My endocrinologist checked my testosterone and it's very low. Could that be the key? Yes.
You hit it right on the nose, 100%. All you gentlemen out there, if you're 40 plus and you're doing everything right with your PhD, but you still got no energy, you don't have any get up and go, and the sexiest thing in your house is the recliner, go get your testosterone checked. It's a big deal. Hey, Becky Berry.
There's our baby. He's 2. You guys, he got a haircut. Kevin, I cut his hair.
Yes, Derek, you've been lied to your whole life. Bacon and eggs are actually very, very healthy. Yes.
Hey, come here.
They're also full of nutrition.
Come here, baby.
Oscar says, does fasting damage your metabolism? No, Oscar. Fasting is something that human beings have been doing for millions of years. There's no way, first of all, physiologically, that it could damage you in any way. A lot of people will say foolish things like this in order to sell you a program or sell you a book. Oh, you've got to fast right or it'll damage. No, it's all dumb. Fasting is part of a proper human diet.
She'll come to you, open it. She'll let you open it.
Hey, baby.
Come to me, Becky Berry.
He wants to open it so bad.
He got me a present. Can you come see? Come here.
But Tulsi says, what's your thoughts on beard oil usage for someone with a long beard? I think you should use beard oil. Yeah. What is that?
It's Dolly Parton's perfume.
Let me sniff it. I can't smell nothing.
It's called Sense and Love.
Did you see that look I got? Beckett's got the stink out down. Jim Channing's A1C was 13. That's so terrible. It is now down to 5.8. She's 0.2 of a point away from freedom. Both duck eggs and chicken eggs are good, Boink says. I totally agree, Boink. Any kind of egg you can eat. I don't know about platypus eggs. They're a mammal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they lay eggs.
You smell it?
That's weird. I would try a tablespoonful, but I don't know. Nancy said, happy birthday, Beckett.
Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
How old are you?
2.
2? Did you have a good birthday?
Yes.
Yes.
What'd you get for
put me
your
down.
birthday?
What'd you get? What kind of presents did you get for your birthday? He forgot.
Lots of toys.
He is pretty sweet. Tammy says, where does cheese fall into? Keto, Ketovore. I don't do much for carbs, but have a hard time without heavy cream and cheese. Some people can eat quite a bit of cheese and use quite a bit of heavy cream and do great. If you're currently losing fat and your body is recompositioning and you're looking better and feeling better, keep doing what you're doing. But if you stall, if any of you guys have stalled, it could be the heavy cream or it could be the cheese, too much cheese that's making you stall. I hate to say that. It hurts my heart because I freaking love heavy cream and cheese. But for some of us, too much cheese, too much heavy cream can slow down the fat loss.
I'll let you know. Hang on. It does smell good.
Does it? I hope so.
Very soft and
wow.
florally.
That's Dolly Parton. I wonder if she smells like that.
does now.
Getting stuff done says, would occasional melatonin supplement be problematic for increasing risk of dementia? No, there's never been any research that shows that melatonin increases your risk of dementia, but there's lots of research that shows that anticholinergics like Benadryl, NyQuil, Tylenol PM, Advil PM, Aleve PM, any kind of sleeping pill that's over the counter, and even some that are prescription will greatly increase your risk of dementia. Go watch my YouTube video about it.
Last one. Who's the lucky last one?
Let me answer this one from John. It says, Kim, do you take bioidentical testosterone? What are your results? John, I don't, but when I get to a point where my testosterone's low, I 100% will be on bioidentical testosterone replacement. 100%.
Same.
100%. I ain't scared of that at all.
Get
How about
Tammy.
Tammy?
All right.
Tammy.
Then this is it. We're done.
When I tried keto, my index finger knuckle swelled and caused extreme pain. A lot of people would say that could very well be oxalate dumping. All my other joint pain went away. Doctor checked for gout and arthritis. Yeah, that's probably not gout. You probably had an episode of oxalate dumping. This happens sometimes if you've been eating a high oxalate diet for years and years and then you stop. Tammy, I would try it again. This probably won't happen again, but you'll also keep all your other joint pain away, which is what you want. Is that it?
That's it.
Is that it? All right, guys. Thanks so much. Now, if you ask a question tonight and you didn't get it answered, there is a way you can ask me your questions directly. You can become a patron on patreon.com. There's a link in the show notes. For $1 a month, $3 a month, $5 a month or more, you can ask me your questions directly. And Neisha and I have 3 extra live Q&As inside of our private protected Patreon community each and every week. So join our Patreon tribe and get your questions answered. That's it. So I'm going to show that. I like the hearts. All right, guys. Thanks for being with us tonight. We'll see you next week, unless you're a patron, and we'll see you tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. on patreon.com. Thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to share this video.